I think it could be several months. I mean, I think base rate will go up. My guess would be July. I'd push it back. I think it keeps going backwards. And how will it affect brokers? I think it's a problem actually for brokers, because many people would see it as being then the precursor of several rises, which means product gets more expensive, and it's still in the context then of people worrying about their future. It could have a dampening effect on the housing market, I would say, and the mortgage market. It will certainly be successful. 5,000 loans per annum. It would be difficult not to be successful. Will it bring business to brokers? A small amount, and it helps in terms of obviously the 10,000 lucky people that get it, and obviously it helps confidence, and it may stimulate the market a very little bit. I don't think it'll transform the broker business, but I mean obviously it's helpful because it shows the government's on side. Well, I think all their cards have been put into the box of the new homes bonus, and it may be over time they're going to have to increase the size of that bonus. Question mark, can they? And it certainly is the case that there is a tension between the new homes bonus and its effect and the neighbourhood plan strategy, which relies on local consultation to accept the homes on which the bonus will be paid. And getting a pro-growth, pro-development agreement in chosen locations, I think, could be quite a challenge. It's easier to say no than it is to say yes. I know, in a sense, there's a tension here, because clearly the presumption is in favour of development, but equally you have to have support of the neighbourhood, and we simply don't know how that's going to work through. It could be great unpopularity for government. I think we've got probably still 3 to 4 more years of uncertainty. We're getting a degree of clarity. I think there's a sense, certainly from the UK regulatory end, that it will be not as bad as people expected. But we've got the overlay then of the EU end, where depending how well UK does in the EU debates, some things could be brought to bear which make life more complicated, more expensive. So although I'm not imagining the EU interventions necessarily saying not to do some things, it could increase the costs of doing some things. So I think there's a lot to fight for on the EU, and I think the UK is not very well placed at the moment, because it did have the downturn. Other countries didn't in that way. Denmark, mortgage market operated satisfactorily and so on. So there's, there are a number of countries where, if you like, they're not aligned with the so-called failure of the USA, UK mortgage and housing markets. But it is a strong market, it's a major market, it's the biggest mortgage market in Europe. There's a political compromise going to be fought over that. It's very hard to anticipate. Hopefully UK will do okay, but I don't think it'll be massive celebration time. I think there will be new entrants, and there will be reformulated old entrants, in the sense that quite a lot of reworking is going on from existing firms. We've got major disposals of assets going forth, both from lenders who've been in special measures, if you like, inside government, and the creation of the books that will come forward that are being sold. So I think that will potentially transform some individual players in the marketplace who currently exist, and it may tempt in 1 or 2 overseas lenders who are very, very minor players in the UK at present, who could be, through this, could become very significant players. Maybe for the long term, or maybe they would create a new entity which they would sell out in the medium to long term. So I think there is an opportunity. I think what everybody else in the world recognises is UK market remains deeply attractive. It's a secure market to lend into. The margins are good. It's well regulated, etc., etc. So I think even if we worry about it, other people will still say it's quite a good market to operate in.